Chapter 121. His potential was forced out. He continued to snoop. Ziyu's calves were long and round, and her thighs were bouncy and flawless. Her waist was slender and flexible, giving off a sense of feminine strength. Her chest was full, bouncy and snow-white, with a deep cleavage. It was obvious that she was a mature woman. Her jade-like neck was like the immortal goose's neck. Her chin was fair and flawless. On her face there was actually a veil. It seemed to be a Dharma treasure that was blocking his gaze. You're despicable. Ziyu's eyes turned cold. She slapped Sanchi and sent him flying across the air. You actually censored. Sanchi was a little dazed from the beating. The great yin form observation relied on the yin chi. There was no spiritual fluctuation, nor was there a direct probe of his divine consciousness. How did this woman sense it? I don't know what you did to spy on my appearance, but your expression gave you away. Ziyu retracted her hand. Don't peek. I once swore to myself that a man who can see my face must be more outstanding and powerful than me. If you are not strong and outstanding enough, I'll kill you. I'm scared. Sanchi shrugged and walked back to sit down. He looked like he was checking the contents of the jade slip, but in fact, he was still prying. He was not even afraid of death, so why would he be afraid of Ziyu's threat? This time, his expression was calm, and he did not reveal any sudden changes in emotions. However, perhaps because he was not strong enough, his grand moon visualization method could not see through Ziyu's veil. However, just looking at her body was a form of enjoyment. After looking at her for a long time, he felt his blood boiling. He hurriedly stopped his great yin form observation. This woman is not simple. Sanchi felt that Ziyu was much stronger than Huan Heu. At the very least, the latter did not avoid being pried on by him, so his blood did not boil just by looking at Huan Heu. A moment later, are Yaodong? Yes, we can begin. Sanchi was multitasking. He had already checked the contents of the jade slit. It was actually a special dual cultivation secret technique. However, unlike when he and Liu Ruxu were cultivating, Ziyu was the main cultivator this time. He was more like a support cultivator, and would use his 9-yang essence energy to promote Ziyu's breakthrough. Then let's begin. Sanchi felt immense pressure and subconsciously circulated the essence energy in his body. Instantly, 8 small suns appeared. Of the 8 suns, there were 2 in front of his chest, 1 in each of his 4 limbs, 1 at his back, and the last at his left temple. Due to cultivating the Khanate Pure Yang art, Sanchi's Danshan had been further developed. Among the 8 suns, it was the most dazzling and, unsurprisingly, became the center of the 8 suns. Normal cultivators usually only had 2 energy cores, but Sanchi had 8. The power emitted by his 8 cores was naturally far stronger than the single and double cores. Cultivators. Although he was only at the mid-stage foundation establishment realm, the amount of power he emitted was comparable to that of a golden core. The scorching essence energy surged and turned into balls of dark red flames. As they burned, Sanchi's newly grown hair danced in the air. Thankfully, the quality of his newly grown hair had improved by a lot. It was strong enough to withstand Sanchi's essence energy. This time, it did not burn. For a moment, the light emitted by Sanchi's 9-yang energy actually forced back the space occupied by Ziyu. Although it was not comparable, it could be considered a power of the same level. Ziyu glanced sideways. I'm really curious who created your cultivation technique. It's actually so domineering and abnormal. You've already opened up so many sources of power at the foundation establishment realm. Aren't you afraid that your body won't be able to withstand it when you progress further? My body is very strong. Do you want to give me a try? Sanchi said, indifferently. With 8 suns, he was like the son of the sun. Damn. However, his clothes could not withstand such domineering and scorching flames. They turned into ashes and disappeared. Ziyu looked at Sanchi's golden skin, firm 8-pack abs and strong body. Her gaze wavered. During dual cultivation, taking off your clothes is beneficial for the communication of strength. You should take off your clothes too. Sanchi smiled cheekily. In your dreams, Ziyu glanced at Sanchi and threw out a set of yellow clothes. This is the Crimson Fire Silk Garment. It's a special high-grade Dharma artifacts. It has no obstruction to essence energy and can withstand the scorching flames. It can also change according to one's will. I'll give them to you. Seeing the long dress that Ziyu threw at him, Sanchi took it. With such special Dharma artifact, he did not have to worry about his clothes being destroyed while cultivating for the time being. Suddenly, he smelled a faint fragrance on it and asked in surprise, "Could it be that you've worn it before? Cut the crap and communicate with me with only your power." Song Shi injected his divine sense into the clothes and quickly refined them. He threw them on his body and the clothes automatically transformed into a yellow robe. At that moment, his body was covered in purple nomological power. The coldness surged over, but Song Shi did not resist. The 9 Yang true energy took the initiative to welcome it. In the next moment, the air shook. The power of both parties circulated according to the secret technique and quickly transformed into a huge yin-yang diagram. A mysterious aura spread, and the spiritual chi of heaven and earth gathered at a terrifying speed. Song Shi felt that this dual cultivation was completely different from Liu Ruxu's dual cultivation. Unexpectedly, the 9 Yang essence energy, his body could not be controlled. It circulated rapidly and reached the limit of his original cultivation speed in the blink of an eye. So fast, Song Shi exclaimed, as expected of a golden core cultivator. Previously, when he was dual cultivating with Liu Ruxu, he only needed to use 10% of his essence energy to communicate with her and cultivate. This time, not only was all of his essence energy stimulated, he had even reached his limit. He felt so good that he could fly. He felt that his cultivation was increasing crazily, and his speed was more than 10 times faster than usual. Essence energy surged in his body. Under the pressure, Song Shi had no choice but to activate his diamond Dharma body. Runes appeared on his body and a resplendent golden light bloomed, like he was a humanoid Dharma artifact. Your Dharma body has actually reached the top grade. This is something that many golden core cultivators can't do. Even I have only cultivated a medium-grade spirit body. Ziyu's beautiful eyes flickered. This was a little different from the news she had received on Song Shi. Moreover, your Dharma body is known for its defense. It should be able to withstand more power. Mysterious runes appear on Ziyu's body. These runes formed a circle of array patterns and turned into a purple moon between her eyebrows. Boom! Her dharmic powers erupted again, drowning Song Shi. Slow down. Song Shi felt like he was about to explode. He gritted his teeth and tried his best to withstand such surging dharmic powers. Potential is forced. Ziyu chuckled and threw out a pile of spirit stones to replenish more spiritual chi, causing the commotion of their dual cultivation to become even greater. Song Shi was like a small boat in the turbulent waves. He felt that he could capsize at any moment. He had no choice but to circulate the Grand Moon visualization method and use his powerful divine sense to assist in controlling this power that exceeded his realm. Ziyu was even more surprised. She had basically used all her strength, but this man could still withstand it. My judgment was indeed right. This time, my probability of breaking through successfully should be 90%. She was overjoyed and raised her hand to form a seal. The entire Violet Moon Hall lit up brightly and the array formation taboo powers were released, isolating them from the outside world. The entire palace flowed with powerful nomological power, forming a vortex in a void which was expanding rapidly. In the end, it even reached 100,000 feet and roused the attention of the entire inner sect.